In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to remove the turbo in my Mondeo ST that's got the 2.2 litre diesel engine. So yeah guys, just a quick update on this car. A few weeks back it started making a really weird whooshing noise when I was driving home. I lost boost, and we have diagnosed the problem to be the turbo actuator. And the reason being is we have managed to take the actuator arm off the actuator and it is completely seized. Like, it does not move one bit. So the turbo annoyingly has to come off. Not too bad of a job, I hope, because this is one of the earlier days turbos, so it's completely vacuum actuated, not the electronic one. But there's just a few things to remove all around, like most turbos. Just so you know, it's at the back of the engine in this car. So yeah, let's get on and do it. So, wanted to explain, there should be a heat shield covering this, but mine is missing. But it is purely just these two small 10mm here. Things like the actuator vacuum hose can just be pulled off like so. The actuator arm, basically, because I've already removed it, you need to remove this tiny pin with a screwdriver, and then you can just slide the arm off the end, because you do need to remove this actuator to get to the rest of this heat shield. So yeah, the first thing I'm going to do is just remove the turbo actuator. And the actuator slides off just like that. And as you can see, the actuator itself is still working fine. So the arm on the turbo, which is completely seized, is not. So I believe the problem is there. So yeah, let's get the rest of it off. So down by this heat shield, you'll find two small 8mm bolts, and be warned that it's an exhaust thing, so they'll probably snap or be very crusty, like mine appear to be. But a little trick is, if you work them one way, work them the other way, work them one way, work them the other way, eventually they should come out if they don't snap within the first 2 seconds. That is. Round on the inlet side of the turbo, you've obviously got the hose that comes to the airbox. That is just a small Jubilee clamp, which obviously you just disconnect, and that then comes away like most turbos. And then below it, down the back, you'll see another one which is held on with another Jubilee clip, which again you just have to take off and just slide off, and then that's them two pipes done. You can gain better access to that pipe at the back if you simply pull the airbox up and away. It just pulls out of the mounting point and you can get into the back there. So I'm now attempting to undo the 4 catalytic converter bolts or nuts at the back. They are going to be tight. You may need an extension or a lever bar to turn them. They're all 15mm, and you should be able to reach them all. With a 15mm extension like I've got. Just going to crack them all off. Right guys, and once you're under the car, this is the bottom of the catalytic converter that you sort of unattach from the turbo on the top there. This bolt and this bolt here is what's attaching this to the back side of the engine, and you need to release them, and you should then be able to drop the exhaust down if you take it off this mount here. But I'm going to do these bolts first. I found it easier actually to remove the exhaust entirely. The two 17mm bolts that held it on there, and then obviously I've detached it at the top. You can see it gives us a lot more access to the exhaust manifold bolts up there. So what you're kind of looking at is, this is on the left, you've got a coolant, I'm pretty sure that, oh, no, sorry, an engine return line, sorry, and the high pressure oil line that goes up to the turbo. This is the EGR system here on the back, this big canister, and then obviously you've got the turbo itself up there with all the bolts attaching it to the manifold and onto the block of the engine. Really now it's just a case of removing all the lines and then removing the bolts to the engine block. So you'll just have to bear with me while I film this, guys, but the first thing I've done is taken the oil intake, or like, you know, feed pipe from the top of the turbo there out. It's one 13mm bolt. I'm now going to do the same with the oil return line. Okay, so that's the next step done, guys. Oil return pipe is off. It's just two very small 8mm bolts, and be careful not to lose the gasket that comes out of them. So next, I think, is going to be this EGR system. There's two, what I believe, 10mm bolts on the left hand side there, and then that pipe at the top. And I don't think you need to remove it entirely to take the actual manifold and turbo off the car. So yeah, let's get on with that. Right, guys, so if you come back up top to where the air intake is and you go down inside the car, you will see the backhand side of the EGR valve here. There's a bolt here and there's a bolt at the bottom. Also there is a small bracket just there, and then also you can reach the back side of that upper pipe from here as well. You can't really see it here, but you can reach around and grab it. You just take all those off basically. Okay then, guys, so this is now off. It's just two 8mm bolts, and don't forget to pick up the gasket and then obviously the bracket at the back. I'm pretty sure that's everything there, but we're going to go now and undo all the bolts for the actual manifold, and I will let you know if there's anything I missed. Right, guys, so you want to remove this upper coolant hose, and be careful because it will put a bit of coolant everywhere. You can drain the coolant if you want, but I haven't bothered because it's only going to drain out what's on top of the engine. So I put a bucket underneath, and then you want to get in behind, because there is a small bracket, if you can see it, just there, and you see it's got one, see that stud coming out of that bolt just here, just there. That is the final exhaust manifold bolt that you can access from here. Right, guys, so I've got to a stage now where all the bolts are off and the turbo is actually free. And the EGR cooler is just leaking out the last bit of coolant. But yeah, I should be able, I'm hoping, to pull the turbo through this gap. Guys, I've actually just discovered a way of saving the coolant mess when taking this off, because there's actually a bottom coolant line I've found on here. Once you've got the turbo off the block, and the hose pipes can still be attached, you can reach the two 10mm that are holding the actual EGR to the turbo itself. Removing that saves all of the mess of the coolant dripping, and then you should be able to take the turbo out the top of the engine. So there we go, guys, the turbo is removed off the Mondeo. That's what it looks like down the back. And yeah, I've just had a play with it on the bench. The actuator is completely seized. I can't really see inside it, so I've got two options. I'm going to buy a second-hand turbo, which is probably the best bet. And I can send that one off to be reconditioned and renewed, and then you've got effectively another working turbo, which you can either sell or just keep for spare parts. Not too bad of a job if you sort of know, you know, again, like what you're doing, but yeah, for the sake of, you know, saving the engine from blowing up. I think that's probably not a bad deal what I've done there. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Hope you can follow along and use it as a bit of a rough guide. But for as always, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you've learned something. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in my next video. Keep enjoying your crusty rusty modified cars.